to consolidate and optimize maritime cargoes. So if you have a cargo that does not fill up a full container, we go on a box and we kind of do a scalable search for empty space in containers, and we get your cargo with other people cargoes and ship together, so you can save time and save some money in the freight.
Wow, very cool. Very cool. Awesome. And
Thanks.
what's the biggest challenge you guys are facing right now?
The international trade market, it's a huge market. Last year the revenue was $18 trillion for the
Okay.
whole world.
Okay.
But there is a lot of challenges, but the biggest one for us is to change, let's say, the culture of these markets. People are not really into to tech, let's say. They have a lot of
Mm.
paperwork, and they don't
Mm.
have some really cool softwares working. So our biggest challenge is to prove to people that if they use Loudbox, they're going to save time, they're going to get more productive, they're going to get more competitive, and they're going to save some money.
Gotcha.
And that's
Gotcha.
the biggest challenge for us.
Cool. All right. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, especially in an old established industry, having difficulty getting adoption with new technology. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, all right. Well, let's rock and roll. And if anyone joins us, we'll fill in their questions. I appreciate that heads up. Uh, so, customer acquisition teams. Yeah, this is a new concept, not just to you, Eduardo, but to basically everybody. It's sort of a new idea that we're trying out, and the idea is that I work with a lot of founders who understand the principles of customer development and lean startup. Hey, Roberto, how you doing?
I was about to message Roberto.
Roberto, how you doing? Can you hear us? They
Mhm.
can
I don't think he
see him
has a
smiling.
microphone.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Roberto, do you have a microphone? Do you have it turned on?
He said that yes, but I can talk. Yeah.
He's typing.
Oh, I
Uh,
see. Yes. Can't talk. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Well, then I'll do all the talking and you do all the listening. Just fire away in the chat um, if you have any questions. Okay, so customer acquisition teams, these are, okay, like I was saying, I work with a lot of founders who understand the core principles behind customer development and lean startup, but find it a little more difficult to actually apply them to their company. So it's one thing to know, hey, I should be getting out of the building, I should be validating things, I should be finding people who are ready to use my new solution, but it's difficult and I'm having trouble doing that. So what we've done is we've designed this program to help people actually apply these principles. And the way it works is that we assign you to a team of other founders who are also applying these principles. And then you guys work together as a team to help one another do your validation and get out of the building, so to speak, and get your traction. So the form that takes is weekly Google Hangouts with 5 other founders who are all applying these principles. And the meeting lasts for about 90 minutes. There's 15 minutes of prep time and 15 minutes of reflection time at the end. But the meeting takes about 90 minutes. And during that meeting, each founder gets to go around the circle 3 times. So the first time, you'll say, hey, this is what I said I was going to do last week, and this is what I actually did. So this is your chance for everyone to hold you accountable and for you to hold yourself accountable to say, hey, look, I promised I was going to go out and I was going to go talk to 10 customers this week. And then it's a chance for everyone to hold you accountable and make sure you did that. I know that it worked. It worked really well for me last time. That it's like shit. I said I was going to go do this thing, and I have to go make sure I do it. So that can be really handy, and it can make sure that you're focused on the right stuff. That it's easy to stay busy building stuff, but it can be difficult to stay busy doing the right kind of stuff, validation, like we think should be done. After that, each other founder will literally give you a score from 1 to 5 on how well you achieved what you said you were going to do. Okay, so we go around the first time that way, and everyone gets a chance to speak. And then we go around a second time, and this time you get to open up about the biggest challenge you're facing right now. So what's the biggest problem you're up against? And now you'll get a chance to get feedback from all these other founders who are also practicing the same thing. So it's very likely they've run into a similar problem. And it's their job not necessarily to just like give you advice and tell you the answer or what they think is the answer. We actually have 5 minutes of time that's dedicated to questions only. So it's their job to ask you questions to help you think about this problem in a different way. And if you're trying to help someone else, it's your job to think about questions to help them think about it a different way. So it's this question format that really helps both sides of the fence. So if you're helping someone else to think of a question that can help them unlock their own potential, actually gets you thinking about your own company some more. So we see it being a mutually beneficial exercise for everyone to help each other with their biggest problems. And then at the end of it, you've heard from 5 other people about ways that they would think about that challenge. All right, once we've done that, the last time around the loop, everyone says, okay, based on what I heard on your feedback for my biggest challenge, here is what I'm going to do next week. And this is where you actually plan out and say and commit to, this is what I'm going to do next week. And then we have a process. I don't know if you guys are familiar with these things called SMART goals. Have you heard of that? This SMART? Okay. So this is just an acronym. It's a tool we use to determine whether or not the goal is actually measurable and whether it's a valid goal. Because it's something like, yeah, I'm going to go do marketing efforts. Like, that's not a great goal. We can't hold you accountable to doing great marketing efforts. So what we do is we walk through this acronym. SMART stands for specific. So it's got to be specific. So I need to do marketing efforts. Well, that's not specific. Who are you going to market to? How are you going to market to them? So I'm going to put together a Facebook ad campaign targeting people with ADHD who have liked the Center for ADHD Research or something. I'm just making up a bunch of bullshit. So I'm targeting who I've said who I'm going to target and where I'm going to target them. So M is measurable. So this goal has to be measurable. So you'd say I'm going to run a Facebook campaign and it's got to be for 5 days, and I'm going to spend either $100 or get 100 clicks, whatever comes first. So now it's got a number associated with it. It's measurable. Achievably ambitious, so we want to make sure that these goals are achievable, that you can actually achieve them, but also that you're pushing yourself and you're not just like sort of letting yourself off the hook because you want it to be easy next time. So, I modify the goals so that and I'm gonna process the feedback in some way or something like that. I don't know. And then R is relevant. This is the chance for everyone to say, hey, Justin, your biggest challenge was not in marketing to people on Facebook. You said your biggest challenge was trying to validate the price. So are you really doing that? It's a chance for everyone to sort of hold you accountable and make sure that you're focused on the right thing. And then T stands for time bound. And that means that it has to be done by the next week or before. So you could say, hey, I'm going to do this by next Tuesday or something like that. So yeah, at the end of this process, you will understand exactly what you're going to work on next week, and you'll be able to hold yourself accountable and have other people hold you accountable as well. So that's the team meetings. I'll tell you about one more thing, and then I'll open up for your general questions. In addition to the team meetings, we also have weekly hangouts with folks like me who, if you're not able to get the right answers or enough support from your peer group, you can hop into a Google Hangout like this one and then just ask any questions you've got, and I will answer them. So yeah, so that's the program all up. Questions you guys have about it? Concerns, comments? What comes to mind?
Hey, Justin.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
My main question is about are we applying as teams or as founders, individual founders? Do I have to commit my team as well, or am I just I'm just applying as an individual?
Great question. Yeah. So the programs are designed to set up to build really great relationships between the members of the customer acquisition team. So to do that, we require that whoever signs up attends every week. So you are signing up as yourself, who is a member of your company. yeah, or leader of your company.
Right.
If you would like more members of your team to participate, which we've seen work really well, then they simply sign up on their own. And so you just have two separate people, and in that case, we tend to put those people in different teams so that they can get feedback from more people about what's going on, different perspectives, and so they don't dominate the conversation within one team. So yeah, you're signing up as an individual, as a member of a team, but you're more than welcome to, if you want more people from your team to participate there, they can definitely sign up. Just sign up separately.
Okay, and another question about the program. Is it themed? Do we have topics, or we just align this week by week? I saw we have some teams over, but do we have to realign this during the program, or it's kind of a timed program, so we just have to follow it?
Okay, so let me make sure I understand your question. So you're asking, are you asking, do the teams change throughout the 12 weeks? Or are you asking, is there a specific content that goes every week?
No, but the content.
Content, yeah. Okay. So in this structure, I've structured this program differently than other accelerator programs that I've seen. A number of programs have a strict content, and they say, okay, this week we're going to talk about this, and this week we're going to talk about this. And what I found is that a lot of times it's all great content, but it's at the wrong time for companies. Like okay, you're telling me about marketing, but I'm still at validation or whatever. And so it's sort of lost on them.
You're talking about solution, but I don't even have a problem to talk about.
Exactly. So this program is designed to help any founder wherever they are. So that phase in the middle where you talk about my biggest challenge, this is your chance to learn about the topic that you're most interested in. So if you're saying, you know what, my biggest challenge is, how do I find customers to interview? Or my biggest challenge is, what solution should I build? Or my biggest challenge is, how do I outsource this thing? You can get help from people. Even if you're not working on validation, you can get help no matter where you are. So no, there's no structured program. We are designed to help you wherever you are in your phase. Does that make sense?
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Now I get it.
Cool.
About the team, are you going to participate in all meetings that we have, or are you going to be just the acquisition thing? Team?
Yeah, good question. So I will be there for the first meeting, first two meetings, and if I'm not there, it will be someone equally as awesome as me, because we'll probably have 10 going at a time. So I will try and be there, and I'll be there just to sort of show you the ropes and show you guys, like, hey, here's sort of what I want the tone. Here, I want you to bless each other's balls. I want you to be like hard on each other and push each other. So I'll be there for that, and then after that, I've got a special Google Hangout app that will help you run the entire meeting going forward. So after those first 2 weeks, the system will automatically select one person to randomly facilitate. Sorry, I should say that out of order. It will randomly select one person to facilitate the meeting.
Okay, got it.
And then that person will be in charge. In the Hangout app, it talks about, here's exactly the structure of everything we do. Everything we do is timed so that people don't ramble on. And so it says, hey, this person will talk for 2 minutes, and then you can click a little button, and there's a little timer inside the Hangout app that will actually click and count down, and when 2 minutes is up, makes an annoying noise and all that kind of stuff. So the meetings run themselves really well once I'm not there. But then if you want, like I said, if you want to talk afterwards, you can hop into the weekly office hour Hangout, and we can chat.
Perfect, good. Is the Brazilian acquisition team already done? Do you have all people?
No. So right now I have 0 people signed up for the Portuguese-speaking customer acquisition team. And we need to have at least 5 there to make it happen. So my thinking is that if you guys are interested in it, sign up. And then if we don't get enough people to have a Portuguese-specific customer acquisition team, I'll give you 2 choices. Either you can hop into an English one, and speaking with you guys, I think you would do fine in them. But if you still didn't feel comfortable with that, then I'll just give you a refund, and we'll try again next time.
Tony, our acquisition team is focused on B2B, right?
I don't know if we decided to make it B2B, but what do you think, Justin? I think it will be better to have same kind of companies at the same team, right?
Yeah, it's best if we can match B2B with B2C. Sorry, excuse me, B2B with B2B and B2C with B2C. So that's best. So we'll just sort of have to see if and you'll have the choice. Even if you guys can sign up and say, I don't even care about speaking Portuguese. That's not important to me. I want to be with the best optimal teammates. Then we'll put you in those with those guys. So yeah, I guess it'll be up to you. If you want to be with Portuguese speaking people, then you can go to that group, or we'll match you with B2B or B2C based on where you are.
Yeah, just to clarify here, I haven't sent everyone from because Justin told me I talked with Justin before, and he told me that this is a good program for startups. Getting out of Startup Next, and getting out of acceleration program. I mean, any startup that's looking to get better at customer development, right, Justin?
Absolutely, yeah. So for people who have graduated Next and understand the fundamentals and want to keep applying it, it's awesome for them. And people who, let's say you're not able to get into Next because one isn't running near you, or you don't have a co-founder or whatever, it's also great because you understand the fundamentals. This is just about applying them and practicing them.
Yeah. So I haven't.
Because I was teaching there or anything like that.
Sorry, what was that?
I didn't have the time to apply Next because I was teaching there.
Yeah, yeah, right.
So what I'm trying to say is that I haven't invited everyone yet, because I wanted to put together like a small but a team that I know that will be like top notch, So, but I don't know if people didn't show up because they're not interested, or if something happened.
The startups from here, from Seed, for the first batch and from the second batch, we have this really big event tomorrow, so everybody's crazy right here. I'm pretty sure that's why they're not here. But I can reach them and ask if they are interested or not.
All right.
From here, I think we have Claudio from Cita Fácil, Elton, the girls from Idea 3. I think those three people, I guess.
Yeah.
Just let me try to summarize what we discussed to see if I'm ready to talk about the program to other people. So it's a program based most on peer pressure and peer sharing. So it's kind of founder based. It doesn't have a strict program, but it's most focused on challenge we're facing, but these challenges are most related to customer development, customer acquisition, and it's how many sessions?
12 weeks?
Yeah, 12 weeks with one session with the founders running the program and one mentoring session, right?
Yep, every week one mentoring. Yeah, it's sort of open office hours and 1 weekly meeting. That's a great summary.
And how do we measure progress? So what's I'm only measuring progress by my last goal I defined in the last meeting, or do we have a kind of common framework or common task to achieve it?
Yeah, really good question. At the end of every meeting, there's a reflection tool that you fill out that says what you write down your goal. Hey, here's the goal that I decided that I'm going to work on this week. And there's a series of questions that you answer that relate to how much validation you have about your riskiest assumptions. So I've got 5 different types of assumptions. Are there early adopters? Can you find them? Can you get currency? Can you solve the problem? And can you grow? And then the point of the program is to help you get your own firsthand data about each of those, or at least one of those assumptions. So the way you're tracking progress is by measuring, are you getting more validation on your riskiest assumptions? And that's part of the tool that we have.
So it's having less risky assumptions, right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I mean that's a great summary. For what it's worth, the keywords that I use are accountability, collaboration, and mentorship.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, Go ahead.
okay, thank you. Do we have to be prepared with anything less than the, let's say, common startup stack, like lean startup, consumer
Yeah.
development? Do we have any other topics we need to be ready before the program starts?
No, no. As long as you have a fundamental understanding of business model validation, like, hey, I understand like that we need to test our assumptions that we have to get out of the building, and ideally that you understand, some of the tools that we use, interviewing, doing landing pages, concierge stuff. Like, as long as you have those basics, you're just fine, and we're here to help take you the rest of the way.
Okay, and as I heard, it's not very growth-based, but much more validation-based, right? So
It's not very what? Frederick? What was the first thing you asked?
it's not very growth-based, not
Right.
very growth-focused, but much more validation-focused. They are kind of together, they're kind of close, but there's a little bit difference, especially when we're talking about goals. Uh, so, am I right?
Right. Yeah, actually, so it's a really good point. They're called customer acquisition teams because we want to go through all of the phases of validation, of acquisition, including validation at the early stage and growth at the last stage. So they are growth focused for the companies who are growth focused. It turns out the majority of companies are still, early stage validation focused, but we've had members, teams who are making, tens of thousands of dollars in revenue. They're in the calls because they have their own challenges around, hey, how do I go scale my sales funnel, or how do I go outsource some of this work? So it's definitely the whole gamut, but I should specify what I want to try and do this time is I want to try and build some growth specific teams and some validation specific teams, because the growth folks get a lot of benefit from working with each other, and the early stage validation get benefit from working with each other. So if we get enough people signed up, I'll try and put them in their own groups. But even if they're not, I've seen them mix before, and it works out great.
What about the? Assume we get the team, or we decided to go to a no Portuguese acquisition team. When do we start? When is the first session?
So the first session started the week of September 15th, and your schedule will dictate when your actual meeting starts, because we'll go send out a survey, see when you're available, and then align you with other people. And then, from there on out, then you keep the same meeting time the entire time. The registration deadline is the end of next week, but the 2 weeks between that, there's going to be some requirements around doing a couple little things, like producing an intro video so the rest of the team knows who you are, and then filling out these surveys to fill out the right time and all that kind of stuff. So there's a little bit of work in between there, but yeah, we start in earnest September 15th.
Okay, and how big should be the team? How many people?
There will be 5 or 6 founders in each team.
And what about the end of the program? Do you have any demo day-like activity, or do we have a wrap-up section?
Yeah, no. So this is not like an accelerator program. This is like a accelerate yourself program. So nope, you just go, you bust your balls for 12 weeks, and then after that, what we do is we typically take a 1-month break, just because you're required to be there for 12 weeks, and it's pretty intense. And then after that, we'll start again. And a lot of people from the first round will be coming back the second round, because it's great, keeps your energy up, and makes sure that you keep going. So this is more about sort of sustainability and sustainable growth and validation than it is about like go and hit something hard, then do a big demo day, and then fall away.
Got it.
Great questions, guys. These are really, really good.
I'm really excited to participate. Customers acquisition from us, from Lawbox, is something really difficult, because doesn't work for me if I do something on Facebook or Google Ads or something like that.
Right? Yeah, there's not a lot of shipping guys on Facebook.
Yeah, they are now Facebook. I tried to find it, but unfortunately. I'm really excited to do it. I've spoken to some people here in Belo Horizonte, some really nice guys with nice business and really cool entrepreneurs. I'm gonna reach them again to see if they are really interested.
Cool.
I see we can get 2 or 3 people more, for me it's done. I mean, I'm really excited to participate.
Cool, man. I'm excited to have you there. I think that'll be super fun to work on. That'll be great.
Maybe we can handle more than one team. Who knows?
Shit. Do it. Yeah, like let's get 10, and then we'll have one B2B and one B2C.
Perfect.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely use your help, and this is really like if you guys wanna build it, like, dude, I'm all for it, man. I'd be stoked to have you guys.
We used to make a monthly meeting here in Brazil. We started kind of a year ago. It was called Startup Dojo,
Okay.
like the fighting dojo, and it was very how the companies were growing month by month, the challenges, and this thing really remembers me what we did there. So the kind of peer pressure, you see your peer growing up and making good things. It's a great way to make things for us.
Right? Yeah. No, I found that to be totally the true. You know, and it's funny. I was the last time we did it. There was my mom was actually a member of the teams. So my mom's building her own nonprofit startup, and every week we would talk, just doing the mom son thing, and she would say, I really don't care about the scores. They don't matter to me at all. So I'm probably not going to do everything that I said I was going to do. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But every week she would go and she would do it all because the scores did matter to her. Even if you think they don't, what your peers think about you, you don't want to show up and get like a 2 or a 3 or something. You want to get those 4s and 5s like to do. So there's something magical about it, and I'm excited to do it again.
Great.
Yeah, maybe you guys will get to meet my mom. I don't think she's a big sports Cool, guys.
Okay.
She's a mentor right now. Right?
She's been my mentor for a couple years now. Awesome, guys. Well, like I said, great questions. I would love to have you guys, and I would be so excited to have a Portuguese-specific group or groups. So yeah, spread the word and get people to sign up. Registration's going to end the end of next week. I'm pretty confident we're going to sell out, so definitely grab your spot and grab, if this is something that you think other Portuguese-speaking founders are interested in, then let's get the word out now, because I would hate to fill up, and only get like 3 or 4 guys into the team and not have enough to make it its own,
Okay, I guess Tony could help in this sense, but maybe we can hold another meeting with question and answers, but with more local focus. As I understand now, we have more to talk about. Maybe you could invite again those people that were first interested, and we can hold another session. Maybe ask Justin to join us, but hold a Portuguese session, maybe language more.
Yeah. Well, how about you want to ask? Should we maybe this? I've been recording this. I hope that was obvious. If not, my apologies.
Oh yeah.
So we get so we can send this out to everybody, and then we can just ask. Do you want to have a conversation in Portuguese?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be great.
Okay. Cool, guys. Great suggestion.
So, should we get together one more time with more names? Should we get a date, something special, something?
Yeah, let's see what people want. If I have a feeling that people are either too busy, or it's not the right time, or this isn't just the right fit for them, and so it's just not it. So let's just see if they have any interest, if they would actually show up. If they do, then we'll put something together. And if they don't, then we'll keep spreading the word and go other places.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
but we should. I mean, I think what Roberto said is, let's spread the word a little bit more, right? And see who else is interested. in
Okay.
this.
Cool. Can I ask you guys, since you'll know the marketing and the channels and you'll know what to say because it'll be in Portuguese, can I ask you guys to take the lead on spreading the word and building up the Brazilian teams?
Sure, of course.
Awesome.
Totally.
Of course.
Sorry, what was that?
I said you can count on me to spread the word.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Cool. Well, then I will end this conversation, and then I'll send you the link to the video, and then I'll reply to the email thread, and then go far and wide. And of course, if you have any questions at all, send me an email, and I'll hit you guys back, and we'll get our Brazilian customer acquisition teams going.
Okay, great.
Cool, guys. All right.
Your time.
Talk to you later. Thanks, Tony. Thanks, Roberto. Eduardo. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.